Smells like coffee. Hello there! So today we're here to try out some new makeup. I think I have all drugstore if I'm not mistaken. So we're going to check out some limited editions, we're going to check out some Christmassy collections, we're just going to have a little bit of fun. We have it all. We have affordable cushion, we have cream bronzers, we have some good stuff, and an eye gloss. So I honestly cannot wait to see what this is gonna end up looking like. So let's get right to it. One thing I do not have is a pore filler, so I'm just going to reach into my collection and pick up the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer, the all-time classic. So for my primer, I'm going to use this relatively new Revlon Photoready Prime Plus Brightening and Skin Tone Evening Makeup Primer. It has lemon extract, vitamin E, vitamin C, so it should be like a really nice illuminating primer with some skin tone evening properties. It looks gold. It's definitely brightening, and I would say that that odd orangey tint kind of evened out my skin tone. That's impressive. Okay, that is nice. I think I could almost use this on its own. Gives me a nice glow. I like that. I think I like that. Today we have a very special foundation. This is probably the cheapest cushion foundation I have ever seen. This was roughly $3 to $4. This is the Asana Hyaluron Compact Cushion. This is Rossmann own brand. They are very affordable, they do a lot of skincare, but they do not really do a lot of makeup. So it looks like a standard cushion. You get one of these little spongy applicators and you open it up and you have a super clean cushion. So I'm going to start pumping and we'll see what we get. I believe they have 3 shades. I have the shade 1 light. So we're getting something. It smells unexpectedly. What is that? It smells nice though. It's like floral and perfumey. Okay, I think I'm over this fucking applicator. Okay, I'm going back to that fucking applicator. I had to switch my mirror to the magnifying side because I'm not sure what's happening here. Okay, I think we're done. Am I insane or is this like really pretty? Damn. It has incredibly light coverage, like you can barely see it. I'm going to tap it in a little bit more with my brush. It feels almost refreshing as you put it on. It's kind of like wet and a little bit cold. So this is gonna feel awesome in the summer, I'm pretty sure. But when I look at my face, it looks so nice. It's like evened out. It has a little bit of glow to it. There's still my skin showing through, like there's a little bit of redness on my forehead as I was punching myself with the applicator. And there's still like discoloration and stuff, but it gives you like this nice veil of hydratedness almost. My skin looks pretty freaking nice. Also, the shade is not too bad. It really doesn't have much coverage, so I guess the shade is... It's okay. It could be a little bit too dark for you if you're very pale, I think, because I'm like just about getting away with it, I think. But it looks nice. Like, I'm kind of surprised. You get this for like, what, 100 crowns? Something like that. It's insane. I have to test it out properly and really do like a wear test. But so far, I'm impressed with the initial application. Like, very impressed. It is a little bit sticky, so if you're not used to powdering your face, You probably won't really like that, but I will powder my complexion anyway in a minute, so it doesn't really bother me that much. Let's move on to the concealer. Recently I saw this one, which is, I think it's new. Yeah, I believe this is a new one. From Revlon Loves Me is the Skin Optimizer Under Eye Concealer, and I have the shade One Light Natural. It looks chunky. I like a good chunky concealer. It has a nice neutral undertone. So I have used it a couple times. And so far I think it's actually nice. It's like a medium coverage and quite hydrating. So it's not like a super full coverage matte concealer. I don't see much about the formula written on it. And so I quite like it. I've been using it for a minute. It adds a little bit of coverage, but it's not too full coverage. It's not very matte. It's more like natural finish, leaning a little bit more towards dewy, but I really like the way it looks, and it brightens up my under eyes really well. And I really like the shade. This is like my perfect neutral highlighting shade. I think it's great. I'm not going to powder down my under eyes just yet, because I find that sometimes when I go in with cream products after I powder my under eyes, I think at least like weird lines in this area, and I hate that. So I'm just gonna move on straight to the cream products, and we're gonna powder everything later. So we have some stuff. We have this, which got me very excited. This is the Catrice Holiday Skin Serum Bronzer with coconut water. This looks so tiny on the internet. Like, I'm gonna put you a picture right here. It looks like teeny tiny. It looks like the iconic London bronzer. And then it arrived in the mail and I was like, whoa, like this is a toothpaste size. So we're going to use that today. And it is a cream bronzer that's supposed to give you that after beach glow. It has hyaluronic acid. You can use it all over your face for like a sun-kissed look, or you can just use it as bronzer. You can also wear it under makeup or powder, or you can mix it in with your foundation. That's pretty good. And it's supposed to be a universal shade. We all know that's bullshit. But let's see how it works on my skin tone. It looks like this. It does have a lot of golden shimmer in it. I'm just gonna take my usual cream bronzer brush and we're gonna see if this actually does anything. I mean, it's doing something. Ooh, it smells like coconuts. But here is a side-by-side comparison. It definitely did something. So it's not like a super sheer one. Okay, I feel very sun-kissed, just to be clear. I feel very sun-kissed. I may have gone a little bit overboard, but do not worry because we're gonna powder this down. It's gonna tone everything down a little bit. This is nice. This is like very nice. It feels again a little bit like nice and cooling and fresh on the skin. And even on the hand when it's blended out, it doesn't look too patchy. I was really scared it's gonna be super patchy, very sheer. It's gonna lift my foundation, which it's not doing any of that. I like that. I also feel like this would be a good thing to mix into your foundation in the summer when it's a little bit too light. So I will be probably trying that out in like 6 months. Now it's time for the blush. And I got the Revlon Cheek Flushing Tint, which is supposedly pretty new. And it's a cheek tint. And I'm not sure how do you apply these. So I don't know. I'm kind of scared I'm gonna fuck everything up. Okay, I'm gonna try the Mitchell brush. And I'm going to dab a little bit on my cheeks. Okay. It does look quite nice, but it also looks very dewy, so be careful with this. I feel like this is something that can totally lift your foundation if you're not very careful. So I wouldn't recommend any hard swiping. I would just lightly dab it on, maybe even with your finger. But so far, I don't mind. It's actually quite nice. Even the shade is quite pretty. So now we're going to powder the under eyes and the rest of the face. I have 2 powders today. The first powder I have is from the Rival Loves Me Ready for the Thrill collection, and it's a transparent baking powder. I don't bake. Nobody should bake. Baking bad. Baking bad. Yeah, well, it's just not for me. It has one of these like stifters, which is kind of cute, I guess. I hate baking, so I'm just going to use it to set my under eyes. Feels nice and soft, but it's pretty heavily perfumed. This is my face set. Even the blush is still visible and the bronzer is definitely still visible. This is a good bronzer. So now we're going to continue with a different powder. I'm going to take this. This is the Revolution Pro Glam Wood powder in the shade Lace. And I think this is supposed to be like a dupe for the Hourglass powders. I'm going to grab it and slightly highlight. Yeah, I'm not sure what I think about it yet. I have used it a couple times. It's an interesting texture. It is kind of like brightening. It does have that hourglass feel, but not sure about the effect yet. It is definitely brightening though. So now I feel like my complexion is actually looking pretty good. So now that we have the face, we can focus on the rest. So we can go in with some eyebrows. This could get really messy and this could go south real fast. So I'm gonna start it with the safe one. This is the Rival Loves Me Ready for the Thrill Microblading Eyebrow Pen. I started to trust this brand that they can do stuff well. So I decided to pick up their microblading pen. It's basically one of these that have like 4 little knobs and they kind of draw like hair-like strokes on your eyebrows. It's not dried out yet. I have used it a couple times and it's still working, which is a great sign because my experience usually is I buy a pen, I use it once, I finish one eyebrow, the pen stops working. Let's just try it again if it lasts through another use. You know the usual, it's a little too warm, but I could get over that. But I feel like I was scratching this eyebrow more than I was actually drawing it, and that kind of sucks. So this is, I don't think this is gonna be a yes from me. Like this is just, no. I don't think this really worked as well as I would like it to work. And now, for the eyebrow gel, I'm going to use this. This is also relatively new, I believe. This is the XX Revolution Laminate Fix, and it's a brow gel with this super weird applicator. So I'm going to do my best to apply this glue as well as I can. Actually quite a fan. Those are some good caterpillars. I feel like this is one of those brow gels you kind of have to layer, but it's on. We have to wait for it to set a little bit, I think. My eyebrows do have that soapy look, which I quite enjoy, so I'm not mad at it just yet. But it is a little bit messy. I mean, the applicator, that's just impractical. And it gets so dirty, like that's just ew. Next, I'm going to take a new eyeshadow primer. This one is from Essence, and it's actually a collaboration. This is the Essence by Mirth Super Coverage Eyeshadow Base, which is supposed to be perfect for cut creases. We're not probably going to be doing a cut crease, but that's okay. It looks like this. It's beautiful. The whole collaboration is really pretty. It comes in a little tube, and it's actually a tinted base. Looks like this, and we're going to test it out today. Okay, this feels like a good eyeshadow base. It's quite dry and it's quite sticky and it's pretty pigmented, so those are first signs that are good for me. And now we're going to look at what we have for the eyes. And for my eyes, I have the Essence Coffee to Glow eyeshadow palette. Look at how cute. So this was like a whole collection. I also have a setting spray from the collection, but this is how the palette looks like. You get multiple finishes of eyeshadow. I see 4 mattes, 2 shimmers, which look very pretty. Then I have this swirly shade, and then I have an eye gloss. Honestly, full honesty, I bought it because of the gloss, because I was like, I need to try. So we're going to swatch. I'm gonna try and swatch the swirl, and I'm also gonna try and swatch the gloss. So this is the swirl. Wow, that actually looks really pretty. And this is the gloss. It looks like nothing on camera, but it does look glossy. We're gonna go ahead and do something nice and neutral with this palette. Now it's time to go for the gloss. This might fuck up absolutely everything. I don't know if there is a standardized way of applying eye gloss, but I'm just gonna do it with my finger. So I'm gonna pick it up. I think it's deleting my eyeshadow. Yeah, no, this doesn't really work, does it? It's just kind of sticky and it didn't really do much, so no thank you. These are so not even, but I don't even care anymore. So this is what we're looking at. Honestly, I'm not sure if it was the base or if it was the palette, but these applied beautifully. Even the super pale matte, and the shimmer was really pretty. The gel one with the swirl looks beautiful. I would actually say above standard for Essence. And the gloss, I mean, cute gimmick for sure, but I think this palette is genuinely nice. So next we're going to apply some liner, and we don't have just any liner. We have the Catrice Super Easy Magnetics with eyeliner and lashes. I got myself the accent lashes. They're supposed to be better for volume, and they're not supposed to be like super long, which is great because I have small eyes. So they come in a box like this. You slide it out, and then you get the magnetic eyeliner and a pair of lashes. So we're gonna see what these are about. I have used a fair share of magnetic lashes in my day, and I like them. I think it's one of the best ways of applying false eyelashes if you really suck at it. So this is the liner. It's extremely gulpy. I hate the brush, it's so thick. It's hard to work with, like so hard to work with, and my eyes are stinging. It's not like it's burning a lot, maybe a little. It's not a pleasant experience. It's the kind of feeling when you're like, oh, this shouldn't be this close to my eyeball, should it? But the finish is nice. It's very matte and it's very black, and I do like that. So before I apply the lashes, I'm going to put on a mascara. I have a weird one. I'm not even sure I should wear it. So this is the Revlon Loves Me Ready for the Thrill Intensifier Mascara. And this is actually for blue and green eyes. And it's in this like reddish purple shade. So I was just very curious, like what is this gonna do to my eye color? So let's see, I guess. Does it even look like I have mascara? I don't think it does. So it's not a very impressive mascara, and the shade doesn't really look like anything on my bottom lash line. Is it emphasizing my eye color? You tell me, because I really do not know. But I like the wand, I'm just not sure I like the mascara as a whole. So I'm gonna wait for it to dry, and then we're gonna stick on the magnetic eyelashes. They're very subtle. I feel like with a liner this thick, you can barely see that I'm wearing any lashes. But with a different liner that's a little bit better and not as flimsy and thick, could work. I can see these working. I really like the length, because they're kind of starting from the middle of my eyelid and they're just fluffing out. I think I actually like those. I'm just not the biggest fan of the applicator on the liner. Now I'm going to add a little bit of highlighter, because we did not do that yet. And this is from the Catrice Limited Collection Edition. This is from the Advent Beauty Gift Shop Mini Powder Highlighter in the shade Pink Crystal Glow. And look at how beautiful this is. It's very pretty. I really like the formula. It's like nice and buttery and very sparkly. But it doesn't translate pink on the skin, so even though it is called Pink Crystal Glow, this is not pink at all. It's more like that champagne gold. Still very pretty, but not pink. For my lips, I have this Catrice Mini Volumizing Lip Booster in the shade Frosty Glitter Lips. And it's this teeny tiny gloss, which is clear, and it has like little gold speckles in it. So I want to use that, but I'm not just gonna use it on its own. I'm gonna reach over here for one of my ColourPop Luxe Lipsticks. This is one in the shade Can You Even? The applicator doesn't pick up anything, so I had to dip in 8 times to get this done. And still I could go a little bit thicker, but it's nice. It's minty, it does tingle a little bit. I have slightly higher expectations when it comes to glosses, but I really like the gold sparkle in it because that makes it just shine. And as the last step, I'm going to set my face with the Essence Coffee to Glow Body and Mind Wake Up Mist with caffeine with caramel macchiato scent, which is not that much for your face, but I spray it on my face all the time. And it does actually smell like caramel macchiato. This is our finished look. So, what do we think? I personally think that this was a little bit better than I expected. I was very scared. The eyes are a little bit uneven. I think it's because I tried the gloss on one side and for some reason just the eyeshadow translates a little bit different there, but that's fine. I'm actually very impressed by the eyeshadow primer. I think this is a good base. So I like this a lot. That is maybe the reason why I like this a lot too, because the palette actually looks beautiful. If you look at the eyes, the colors are very true to pan, and They translated beautifully. Like, this is Essence eyeshadow. Are you kidding me? The swirl gel formula seems very nice to me. The liner I didn't like, I already said that, but I think the lashes are cute. They're kind of just a little something something if you want just a little bit of extra in the outer corner, but you don't want like a full-on lash. The mascara, I'm not sure if it really did anything. I like the wand. I don't really like the formula. I don't really care for the pigment. It's dark, but is it like red? No. You cannot really see it's pigmented at all. If my eyes are popping more, let me know. The eyebrows, did they set? They did actually set, but they seem to be a little ashy, and there's like, because there are like little gulps of it in my eyebrows now. That's not really what I wanted, but sure. The pen, as I said, it looked good on the paper. It's not really that impressive in person. Longevity of these eyebrow pens from the drugstore is just not it. Let's look at the real star over here. Look at that face. Look at it. The primer, I quite like it. I've been using it for a couple weeks now. It's not bad. Some foundations apply a little bit dodgy on top, so I have to be careful not to put on too much at the same time, but it gives me beautiful, radiant, nice complexion. I like it. I think it's nice. It smells good. The cushion. That's the cushion. I've tried a couple cushions. I have like 5, and this one, very comparable at a very different price point. So if you are dying to try hydrating, low coverage, very comfortable, beautiful, glowy hydrating foundation. I mean, it's not gonna cover up much. It kind of gives you a little something that's gonna make you feel like a lot better, just because you kind of evened out the complexion. You look beautiful, healthy, hydrated. It's very pleasant when you apply it. It truly feels great. I actually think I like it a lot. Yeah, the concealer also, I already said I've been using this quite a bit. It's nice if you like a good medium coverage concealer that's actually going to brighten up areas. The powders, I don't really care for. This one is not bad. I wouldn't use it for baking because I don't bake. It's not overly dry. It doesn't feel overly drying to me, which is something I really like. And the Glamwood powder, honestly, I'm not sure yet. I've been testing it out for a minute. I should be sure, but I'm not. It didn't really work well for me when I tried it just on my under eyes. When I tried to set my whole face with it, it was too glowy. So I just have to use it kind of as an accent powder, kind of, I guess. I don't know. The bronzer I really like. The blush, I'm still scared of it. And the highlighter, as I already said, it's not pink, but it's very pretty. And I think that is it. So thank you very much for watching. Consider subscribing, and if you want to see more videos where I try drugstore makeup, you can check out the playlist. See ya!